I am she. She is me. Come with me on this journey to Black excellence and the promotion of community and family. Hello family, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to go over a few phrases that would be good to know for your journey or visit to Tanzania. These are phrases that I wish that I would have heard a few of so that it would be a little bit more comfortable coming into the country. My husband and I have been taking Kiswahili lessons for about almost 4 months now. So we're a little bit more advanced in the phrases that I'm going to tell you. But again, this is something that will have you comfortable coming into the country. So the first phrase that I'm going to say is Mambo Vipi. Mambo Vipi means how are you? The response to that is Poa, good. The next phrase is going to be Asante, which means thank you. Or you can say Asante Sana, thank you very much. The next phrase is going to be Karibu. Now, the thing that's tricky about Karibu is Karibu has like 500 meanings. Well, it's really like 3, but it seems like, or 4, but it seems like I'm finding out as class goes on more and more meanings that Karibu means. But Karibu means you're welcome. Karibu means welcome. So when you go into stores, people are going to say Karibu to you, meaning welcome into our store. Karibu also means almost. Karibu also means close or near. But you're mainly going to hear it meaning you're welcome or welcome. The next phrase is Habari asubuhi, which means good morning. Or some people say za asubuhi or za asubuhi, which means good morning still. The response you say to that is Nzuri. Nzuri, which means good. A lot of times, someone will say Habari something. It could be good morning, good night, good afternoon. Habari means information or news, but when you put it together with the phrase, it's how is something? How is your day? How is the morning? How is the night? So whenever you hear Habari, your best bet is just say Nzuri. If you're good. If you're not, then that's another story, but hopefully you're good. The next phrase is Hujambo, and that's like another phrase for hello, or do you have any issues? Which is still another way of them saying hello. Your response is Sijambo, no issues. Another phrase that I'm going to discuss is when there's someone older, a sign of respect is a greeting. You say Shikamoo. You say that to the older person. And the older person will say Marahaba. Now when I learned this, I'm like, okay, I'm going to get ready because I want to use this. I want to say Shikamoo to somebody, and then I want to respond Marahaba to somebody. But the thing about it is the locals speak very quickly. So what would happen is I would be walking and then it's Shikamoo. And I'm like, wait, did they just say it? Because they're saying it so fast. Normally I can hear it if the children are saying it, because I don't know if they're saying it slower or pronouncing it the way that I know it, but that's usually I can understand it when children said it. There's this one time where a gentleman said it to me, and I'm like, sir, you look like the same age as me or maybe older. No Shikamoo. I didn't say that, but my husband's like, "Ooh, he just called you old." So, he was messing with me. But again, Shikamoo is something that you say to someone that's older, that I respect you. Marahaba is a response of saying it back. I accept your respect. These phrases are going to be in the description as well, so you won't have to try to remember these phrases. A next phrase I'm going to say is na wewe. Na wewe means and you. So someone could say, "How are you doing?" or "Good morning," or things like that. Habari, asubuhi, the one that we just used. You say Nzuri, good. Na wewe, and you. So then they'll be surprised and they'll be like, and then they'll respond. Hopefully they'll respond with Nzuri, but if they say something else, good luck, you're on your own, because I can't give you all the phrases to learn. But again, these are just a few phrases that I've heard everyone use. And the next phrase is going to be how much. Now I've heard it two ways. I've heard Kiasi, gani. I've also heard Ngapi. Now, Ngapi means how many, but I guess it can translate into how much too. So I've heard it that way. So normally, if you want to buy something, you need to know how much it is. There's not anything really that will have prices on it. So you're always asking someone how much. So one thing that I want to tell you is that as an American, or you could be from the UK, as someone that's coming into this country, 9 times out of 10, unless it's something like Bolt, which is their version of Uber, or food, water, these prices are always going to be the same. If you're trying to buy something from something like clothes or furniture, and anything besides food and water, or things like that, then they will let you know what that price is. Because we're not from here, 9 times out of 10, the price is going to be increased. So no matter what they say, you just always say, "Oh," like you got to make that noise, "Oh," with whatever noise you can make, and then you say, "That's too much." Because 9 times out of 10, it would always be too much. And then you'll get used to just telling everybody that's too much. I'll give you an example. My husband went to go get some passport photos, and he went and he said that they were 3,500 shillings, which is like a little bit over $1 in USD. And he said, I was getting 6 photos, so I wasn't paying that much for the photos. So I said, "Oh, they were 3,500 for each photo?" And he's like, "No, 3,500 for 6 photos." So I'm like, "What? You didn't want to pay $1 something for 6 photos?" So he starts laughing because now he's into he's used to, I can't think of the word, of just saying that's too much. So I'm like, you realize that in the US, each individual photo is $15 per photo. So you would be paying $90 US for 6 photos, and you're paying $1 something for these photos. But he got the discount, that's what he wanted. So just a hint or note, just always say that's too much. And then they'll say, "Well, what do you want to pay?" Or they'll just try to say, this is what it's cost. Another hint is if someone charges you something and they're charging you in US money, it's overpriced, it's way too much. They know that you're an American or UK, and they think that you're willing to pay whatever amount that is. The last phrase that I want to get into is kwaheri. Kwaheri is usually said kwaheri, which means goodbye, which is how I'm ending this video, because those are the last phrases that I have for you. So, kwaheri. Thank you for listening to this video. If you want to hear more content, please like, subscribe, comment, and let me know that you like what you hear. Thank you again for listening, and enjoy the rest of your day.